on CityCast Austin, our guests, Guy Benson and Deborah Parsons, are in super high demand right now. But they carved out a little time to talk about holiday magic in Austin and why they call it home. It's Tuesday, December 17th. I'm Kelsey Bradshaw, and this is what Austin's talking about. Well, hello. Merry Christmas. Welcome. I'm Kelsey Bradshaw, and I'm here with Santa and Mrs. Claus, and I'm so excited. Thank y'all both so much for making the time for me during your busiest time of year.
Thanks, Kelsey. Appreciate you inviting us in. Also, it's a little chilly here at the North Pole, so we're glad to be able to get inside where it's nice and warm and have a conversation with you folks.
Yes, we are so happy to be here.
Yes. Well, and so is it y'all have made your way down from the North Pole to come down to be at Trail of Lights at Zilker Park, right?
That is correct. It's our 60th anniversary down here at the Trail of Lights, and we're so excited to see the kids this year.
Yeah. Well, so what is it like at Trail of Lights? I know you've been there for a few years. Like, what does your December look like at Trail of Lights?
Oh, we've got lots of good boys and girls that are coming through to see us. So excited to see the boys and girls that we see over and over year after year after year. And we've got so many new places for them to visit this year and lots of beautiful lights out here.
And how many years have you been able to make it down to Trail of Lights?
Oh, goodness gracious. 12 years now just for us. And we've had some predecessors coming through the line as well.
That's amazing. Well, so how did you get into this role? How did you become a Santa?
Well, being a Santa is a very magical experience. And it all started because of a puppy rescue area. We were doing some pictures with rescued puppies. And, well, Santa wasn't able to make it that day. And it just so happens I had a little bit of a dark beard going. And, well, the rest is history. After many years of almost 35 plus years as Santa, I've enjoyed being everything from a blue Santa to a brown Santa to actually earlier today, I was an orange Santa for the University of Texas even. So we have all kinds of different suits that we wear. But you know what? The story is still the same. It's about giving to the boys and girls that special gift or that special moment for the Christmas holiday season.
Well, and is that why you like it? Is it really about the kids?
It's all about the kids. Well, and also our big kids, too, of course. You know, they like to get involved in the situation. But we love giving to the kids. We like to see their faces glowing and the happiness and the joy, the tears in the eyes when that special gift comes along that they've been wanting all their lives. As a matter of fact, you know, we've got some very special gifts that we're giving out this year. And so we're very happy to be able to assist and giving those to the boys and girls that really wanted something special this year.
Well, and what have kids been asking for this year? What's on everybody's list?
Oh, my goodness, Mrs. Claus. We're talking about trucks and trains and balls and cars and remote controls and dinosaurs and Legos. Oh, my goodness. Barbie's back. We got plushy melons. We got squishies. We got, oh, my goodness, even Bluey's back again this year. So we've got a little bit of everything on the list out there. And, of course, even the dinosaurs are back. So we enjoy, you know, seeing what all the boys and girls want, making up those lists for them and making sure that they get exactly the right color and the right size and the right toy that they want.
Well, so are our Austin kids going to be getting what they want? Have we been seeing mostly good kids, bad kids? What's it looking like?
Well, I've been checking my list once. I've been checking it twice. I may even have to check it a third time for some. I think that we've got some great boys and girls down here in the Austin area, and they're going to be getting some really great presents this year for Christmas.
Well, and where can they find you at Trail of Lights? I know you guys are kind of in the back a little bit.
Well, actually, we're about halfway through the trail, right on the corner, right there where the train comes down and turns around. If you know the park, you'll know where that's at. But it's not hard for you to find us. The Santa house is right there along with the workshop. You can come by and see Santa, take some pictures with Santa, tell me what you want for Christmas, make out a list over at the Santa workshop. We've got HEB right next to us also giving out books. We've got the gelatos were there the other night for the ice cream. I mean, we got all kinds of great things, and the hot cocos down there and some s'mores. We've got all the good stuff down there by Santa.
Well, and it's finally starting to be a little bit cold outside, so it's like the perfect Santa weather.
Well, every once in a while, I come in with a sleigh a little bit too hot and fast. I bring in a little of that cold weather with me from the North Pole, And it causes a little bit of a cool snap down here in the Austin area. So I apologize for that. But sometimes I'm running a little late and I need to get here as quickly as possible. So we'll bring a little of that cool stuff with us back down here to the Austin area.
Oh, it is greatly appreciated. It has been, I know you've been in the North Pole, so you don't know this, but it's been in like the 80s and 90s for far too long this season. So.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
I
it's
know.
probably a good thing. Sometimes I might have to take the Polar Express train down and catch a little Uber over to the Zilker Park just so I can make sure I get there in time without bringing that cold stuff down with me.
Do you have any like funny stories about what kids have said to Santa before or asked you for before?
Oh, my goodness. Everything from dinosaurs that are like 65 foot tall, especially the T-Rex guy. He's a little hungry this year, so I'm trying to find a good home for him. The pet rescues, the puppies and cats are a little hard to catch this year. Unicorns, especially the white ones with the sparkles on them, they are very finicky this year. They're a little nervous. It's Christmas season, and all the boys and girls are wanting some of those unicorns out there, of course. The parents are wanting a lot of cash out there. I understand that they need that for rent money, of course, also, and some of the good presents out there. Boy, howdy, a lot of people are asking for the iPhones, too. We came up with a new one this year called the iPhone W. It's a wooden one that we carve out. The elves are working really hard on those, painting them nice and pretty. And they may even have multi-line capability with some strings and extra cans added onto them. So the boys and girls are not going for them too much, though, this year. They want the 16s instead.
I'm glad they're keeping things topical with the cash and with the economy. They're like, inflation's bad.
Well, everybody wants the good stuff out there. And of course, Santa wants to please them and see the big smiles on their faces. So we're always trying hard to make sure that the parents, and Santa can work on our budget line items and get those good toys out there to the boys and girls that they wish for. May not get it this year. We may have to work on it again next year, too. It just depends on how big of an item that they want.
I know some little kids can be scared to approach Santa. Can you talk about, how you deal with that and what little kids can expect?
So one of the ways that Santa makes kids a little bit nervous, I have a secret weapon with me. And she is just the best in the whole wide world because it's Mrs. Claus.
Sometimes when they're scared of him, I can go up to him and coach him in and get him there. And I did that several times yesterday. So I can get them to go, and I can even pick them up and take them over there. And then I can stand next to him if they're scared.
I think what they're attracted to is Mrs. Claus has some really nice bling bling that she wears all the time. And she looks really cute with all the glitter and everything. So I think that helps out them a little bit because they can relate to Mrs. Claus just like they can Santa. But they don't get a chance to see her so much. So it's a nice time for them to get to visit, carry on conversation, and enjoy the talk with Mrs. Claus as well. And, of course, when they want to talk about something special like a dress or a pair of boots, Mrs. Claus, she's on top of that. She's got all the good connections there.
Well, and Mrs. Claus, I heard that you make y'all's outfits. It's not the elves.
I do make them.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, we have to wear them so much that you have to get them clean. So I decided to come up with a way that I could make them. So our outfits get washed every night. And it's just, I love sewing. I've been sewing since I was a little girl. And Mrs. Claus learned from the elder Mrs. Claus.
Well, another thing that's nice about our suits, in case we have a child that's a little bit allergic to pet dandruff or something of this nature, they get washed every night. So they're ready for showing off the next day. And I've been actually told that Mrs. Claus put on some fur this year that actually feels like a plushie doll. So it feels very soft and very fluffy and very cuddly, too.
Maybe like a squishmallow. Y'all know about squishmallows?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Even I want a squishmallow. They're so cute. Well, so what is y'all's favorite thing about this time of year? I know it's like your big working season, but do you have favorite things going on?
Getting to see all the kids. It really is.
And what's very nice about it is it's generation after generation after generation. And down here at the Trail of Lights, we have a very special young lady that comes through that Santa actually helped bring into the world. And when she was a little girl, I kept up with her birthday. It's December the 15th. And so every year when she comes to the Trail of Lights, Mrs. Claus will get up and we'll take a picture together and with our special young lady. And so she brings her grandchildren now. And it just, like I said, it's generation after generation after generation. And we like watching the boys and girls growing up. And it's like, do you remember me? I saw you last year. I said, I couldn't forget you. And I try to call them by name if I can. But they grow so fast. Sometimes I lose track of which one's which. We see so many of our boys and girls this year. And so we're looking forward to seeing the families again this year that have come through the Trail of Lights year after year and enjoying the beautiful lights and the scenery and getting to twirl under the tree. And I mean, just all the good stuff like the Yule log and all the smells and sounds and oh, the Ferris wheel is gorgeous this year. You got to see it. It's a beautiful sight.
I was going to ask what your favorite display was, but it sounds like it's the Yule log, the Ferris wheel.
All of it.
I think it's, we haven't seen anything that we don't like out here. And the trees, every light is on. Santa checked it personally for you. So we've made sure that all the lights are twinkling bright. They're all shined up and polished by the elves. And they are just looking absolutely magnificent this year.
Hey y'all, it's Nikki. I have to tell you about Tecovas boots. I finally have a pair, and I don't know if y'all know this, but they're handmade, high quality, and stylish. And they're comfortable right outside of the box. Now, I know we buy everything online these days, but trust me, you have to get fitted for some boots at Tecovas. Now, whether you're like me, a newbie to boots, or you have a closet full of them, the folks at Tecovas will help you find your next favorite pair. So, grab a friend, head on over to the Tecovas flagship on South Congress or their store at the Domain. Plus, good news, they just opened a store in Georgetown at 709 Main Street for those of you that live just a little further north. With 3 locations in town, you have no excuses. So, that's tecovas.com, Tecovas.com. Don't go gently, y'all.
Okay, so parents who are listening with their kids, now would be the time to maybe shoo your kids out of the room because we're going to transition into the man behind Santa. I want to know why, this is important to you to be Santa and, how you got into this and why you've been doing it for so long.
Well, I think just helping people, I've done this all of my life. I'm a retired paramedic and a police officer and have worked on the rescue squads for many years and saving lives. So to come down and be able to share, helping, put a smile on children's faces after seeing so many that are injured and hurt, and especially during the Christmas season. And so I think putting on the suit and helping out in that way, if I can bring a smile to a child's face, that is magnificent for me. I know that it can be very rewarding, and sometimes it can be very heartbreaking, I should say, in the sense that I had a young lady that asked me today to make sure that her grandmother was able to stay around for Christmas for this year because she's very sick this year. And so we get the goods and the rough ones.
Obviously, I hang out with adults, so everyone's kind of over Santa now, right? But I do think what you just said, it's so special and so important and can be so real. It can be so real to kids to be asking about their sick relatives. It's not always just about presents.
But it puts a sparkle in your heart getting to visit the boys and girls out there and seeing the smiles and getting to, and of course, and we get to go to every big party in the town too. So
yeah.
we get to hang out with all the great people out there. There's some good ones out there that we talked to. We won't do any name dropping this year, but we've seen some of the big guys out there and some of the big ladies that hit the top charts out there. So we've gotten to hang around with some really wonderful folks out there this year. And it's just like everybody else. They want to have a wonderful Christmas, spreading the cheer and the smiles, and having the big Christmas parties are always a wonderful time of year.
And so were you a paramedic and a police officer in the Austin area?
I'm actually a native Austinite.
Oh, my God.
As a matter of fact, 60 years ago, when I was about 7 years old, I was at the Yule Log Festival, which is the first time that they had it out here at Zilker Park. So I keep looking through the pictures to try to find myself in a picture.
Well, what a full circle moment. That's amazing.
It's very rewarding to be out here, especially as a child coming down here and through the years actually working the Trail of Lights through the city and making sure everybody was safe at the Trail of Lights, and then to come back out here to be the Santa for the Trail of Lights.
What do your old paramedic police officer buddies have to say about it?
Oh, I catch it one every once in a while and get him to sit on my lap for me. I think the funniest one was Chief Acevedo giving me a kiss on the cheek. I think that was a good one that I caught him on. And I said, well, thanks. I'll use that for a get out of jail free sticker on that one.
Yeah,
I'll
there you
keep
go.
that picture.
Yeah.
But we have so much fun. Mrs. Claus comes at this from a little different perspective. She comes in from the Austin Fire Department. So she's also trained from the professional standpoint.
Y'all.
And so we actually take care of our kids. You're sitting on the safest Santa's lap in the whole wide world out there. And so we are very humbled by able to come back in and after retirement and be part of the Trail of Lights out here and part of the group. It's family.
How did the two of y'all meet?
Oh, well, you might say a new medical director came into Austin EMS and the Austin Fire Department, and we were there on the same day and just happened to run into each other. And again, later on in life, we found each other at an EMS conference up in Fort Worth at Billy Bob's, and the first dance took our hearts away.
Oh my God, I love this. Well, so Mrs. Claus, when the soon-to-be Santa came home and was like, hey, there was this Santa thing at work today. I think I want to be Santa. What was your reaction?
I was all for it. I thought it was a great idea. And they kept asking him to do it. And the suit looked like a Liberace suit, and you couldn't wash it. And so I kind of got involved making his suit for Blue Santa. And one day, 2 days before the Chewies parade, back when they used to do it, they asked me if I could make a Mrs. Claus dress in 2 days. And I said, well, that depends on how soon I could get to the Mrs. Claus to get her size. And they said, well, that shouldn't be a problem because it's you. And that's how I got started.
Oh my God.
We were actually on the board of directors for Blue Santa for almost 15 years.
I actually did not ever think about being a Mrs. Blue or being a Mrs. Claus at all.
It only took one time, and she was hooked, and we've been doing it ever since. And so it's a big reward.
I get emotional just thinking about it because I love it.
No, it's really special. Yeah. Well, so how long have y'all been doing it?
We've been doing it 29 years together.
Okay. And you were both paramedics?
I took the paramedic licensing and all of that. I got certified, but
she was more administration.
I was more administration.
Yeah.
She took care of all the firefighters out there for EMS. So
for physicals and shot breakers.
She's been taking care of folks for a long time out there as far as the administration part of it. So, but I actually was doing Santa before I actually met Mrs. Claus. And so this was very special for us to be able to do it together. And I was very honored that she would actually join me in our endeavor of being Mr. and Mrs. Claus out there.
Okay, wait. So you were single when you did Santa to be first. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you started dating Santa, Mrs. Claus. That's what happened.
Let's just okay, are you not going to broadcast this, are you?
Yes.
I actually met Santa, and we connected, and the life I had before that, I walked away from.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, yeah, you had to be Mrs. Claus.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh my God. I have so many questions. Like, how do you bring this up? Did you bring it up on the first date? Did you bring it up on the second date?
You know, it just kind of gradually came in during Christmas time. Yeah. I've got to excuse myself for a couple of weeks and go do some stuff for the pets rescue groups and for the boys and girls out there. And the next thing you know is she's going with me and taking pictures for me. And then I guess it was about it.
I got invited to be Mrs. Claus
the following year.
Santa said, "Yeah, she'll be there." And I looked at him and went,
"No."
Well, I didn't have a dress. And he goes, "But you can sew another one."
Oh my God, how lovely. Well, and then this turned into like a Santa business for y'all, right? Can you talk about that?
It did, unexpectedly. Santa gets so many requests that we hate to turn children away, saying, and it breaks my heart not knowing that they have a Santa, so that's going to come see them. So he suggested we recruit other Santas.
We had some friends of ours that look really good in a beard, and they love the children. And so we asked them if they would like to be a Santa as well. And they said, we never thought about it, but it sounds like a lot of fun. We could do it together as a husband and wife team. And so he said, but I hate doing the paperwork. I hate doing all the reports and billing and bookings. And I just want to go have fun with the kids. And that's where Miss Claus comes in, is that she will actually do all the booking for all the Santas. Well, this year we have only 19 Santas this year working from San Antonio up to the Waco area. And then of course we have Mrs. Clauses that are out there, and we have the elves that are there. And we even have a magical Grinch coming in for next year. So beware. He'll be a little feisty next year because he has the magical powers. He's going to be walking up to people with a candy cane, and all of a sudden the candy cane just disappears right in front of your face.
Oh my God, amazing.
He'll be very, very spontaneous on the magical part of it, as a world-renowned magician also.
Oh my God, yay. So where can people go online if they want to hire a Santa?
RedSanta.org.
RedSanta.org, the
Okay.
name of the company. And so that is who we actually are working with. That's our company name, and they can find Santas through there. And they cover a lot of area there. The Lone Star Santas actually are statewide, but we're members of the Lone Star Santa program as well. Oh, and Santa actually has a little bigger connection. I belong to a family brotherhood of about 1,840, I think 48 Santas this year across the world. So
Wow.
we talk back and forth too. So we're always keeping up with the boys and girls out there.
I love that. Well, Mrs. Claus, how long did the suits that you make last? Like, how long have y'all had your current ones?
The one he's wearing right now is 20 years old. And
It looks brand new.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, no, that's really impressive. What do y'all do in your off season when it's not Christmas time?
Ooh. Well, normally we're making toys at the North Pole, of course.
Right.
And there are so many good toys up there this year, too. But we took a little bit of retirement, and Buddy's taking care of the fort while we're gone. And so, Buddy, the guy in the big green jacket and the yellow tights.
Will Ferrell, yes.
Santa and Mrs. Claus have been hanging around down at a beautiful place in Texas called Port Aransas.
Oh my God, love that.
We just happened to have bought a 45-foot sailboat to enjoy traveling in. We have the travel trailer also. We have a 40-foot travel trailer and a 45-foot sailboat. And
Perfect.
So we may end up over in the Keys a little bit, do a little scuba diving and a little snorkeling and a little metal detecting underwater. And then, of course, to St. Thomas or the Virgin Islands or something like that. So just a little bit of fun for Santa and Mrs. Claus for a little summer vacation.
Well, and I know y'all visit Barton Springs, too, in July, don't you?
We love it there.
Well, we like the water over at Barton Springs. Everybody likes the little chilly water, especially it reminds us of the North Pole. So it's always a little nippy down there. And even for Santa, it gets a little cold. But you know what? It's a lot of enjoyment. And so we go down to Barton Springs and we'll hang out down there. Every once in a while, you see the big guy himself walking through there and having a good time, just like all the rest of the boys and girls down there. And it's always nice to be able to check your naughty and nice list while you're down there, too.
That's true. Some people are breaking rules out there.
Well, we do keep a little close eye for those, too.
This sounds like a great second career that anyone should consider, that everyone should consider.
It takes a very special person to be a Santa as well. First of all, you got to enjoy the boys and girls, of course. And it's not about money. It's about having the reward of helping others and making them feel special during the holiday season and giving back to the families that are out there. It's about enjoying the festive time of the year, the holiday season. And it doesn't matter whether, you're here for Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the special holidays. The holiday season is just, it's fun. It's fulfilling.
That just warmed this little Jewish girl's heart. So thank you for saying that.
Well, happy Hanukkah to you as well,
Thank
young
you.
lady. Matter of fact, I'll count down the days just like we do for Christmas, for Hanukkah even.
Well, and Hanukkah starts on Christmas this year, so it's perfect.
And one of our ills that helps us is she is Jewish also. So she likes to come over and help us Santa, and she likes that we bring in the Jewish holidays as well.
Yeah, no, it's a good time. But okay, so is there anything else that you want to add that we didn't ask about related to Christmas, being Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Christmas in Austin?
This time of year, it goes by so fast. And the only thing I ask for everybody to do is slow down a little bit, enjoy the holiday season, take a moment to look at the lights.
Enjoy your family.
Family, number one thing. But we see so many fun things to do, so many fun places to visit, and everything from visiting special locations to meeting special people to Christmas events. Oh my goodness, there's so many in the Austin area. So much great music out there too, and go see a play, enjoy them. Red One's out there, of course, right now going on too about Santa. So I got to go see that. That's going to be a fun one for Santa to go see during my time off.
Yeah, it's autobiographical for you.
That's right. Talk the authenticity of that one.
Could I get a ho, ho, ho? I feel like we need to do that.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays to you. And from Mr. and Mrs. Claus, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us this wonderful day in Austin, Texas, Zilker Park area.
Perfect. Well, thank y'all so much for taking the time out of your busiest season. This is my favorite interview I've ever done with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas to you as well, and happy Hanukkah to you as well.
Thank you.
And we want to wish everybody a happy and safe holiday season.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. You can find links to Santa Guy's website in our show notes. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. Nikki will be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye!